I want you to take a second, like right now, and look at what you are wearing.
Yeah, seriously, just glance down.
Are you in a hoodie? Maybe some somewhat respectable sweatpants because you're working from home today.
Or maybe you're out for a run or grabbing coffee.
Right. Whatever it is, I want you to keep that specific outfit in mind because our source material today kicks off with this incredibly striking quote.
Oh, such a good hook.
It really is. It says, quote, "Fashion is more than clothing. It is the way you introduce yourself before saying a single word."
It completely frames your wardrobe as, your very first piece of communication with the outside world.
Yeah.
It elevates the concept of getting dressed from a mundane daily chore to a deliberate statement of intent. You are signaling who you are before you even open your mouth.
And that is the exact pitch of the brand we are doing a deep dive into today. It's a lifestyle and apparel brand called Foléa Fashion.
Right, but we should probably clarify our mission for this deep dive.
Yes, absolutely. We are not just flipping through a digital clothing catalog to review hemlines and fabric.
Definitely not.
We are looking at how this seemingly simple fashion line is actually the physical storefront for a sprawling, global-minded digital and software ecosystem based in Rwanda.
Which is wild because you don't usually buy a pair of comfortable yoga pants and find yourself stepping into a comprehensive alternative tech infrastructure.
No, you really don't.
The leap from apparel to software architecture is massive, and it's not a business model you see every day.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because to understand the sheer scale of the tech empire hiding in the background, we actually have to start with the fabric itself.
The clothes.
Right. The whole vibe of Foléa Fashion is built around this slogan, wear confidence, live your story.
And when you look at the catalog in our sources, the curation is very deliberate.
Oh, totally. We're talking about items like their stylish picnic dress,
Or heavyweight casual t-shirts.
premium unisex hoodies. They feature colorful yoga pants and these really comfortable fleece joggers.
It's incredibly grounded.
Yeah.
And it is highly functional. I mean, they also mention accessories and branded essentials, but the core focus is clearly on comfort intersecting with mobility.
Right.
This isn't high fashion meant for a runway or an exclusive gala. It's meant for the pavement.
It really reminds me of the psychology behind buying a vintage band t-shirt.
Oh, that's a good comparison.
Like when you buy a shirt for a band you love, you aren't just buying a piece of cotton to keep the draft out. You're buying a signifier.
You're telling everyone who sees you, I align with this music, this subculture.
Right. I align with this specific aesthetic. And looking at Foléa, it feels like they've taken that exact same psychological mechanism, but instead of representing a musical group, you're wearing the merchandise of a technological movement.
What's fascinating here is they are targeting a very specific demographic with this aesthetic.
Oh, so?
The source material explicitly states the clothes are for people who are, quote, building your business, exploring your city, working remotely, exercising, studying.
So they are positioning this apparel as the uniform for the modern dreamer, creator, and achiever.
Exactly. In the traditional corporate world, the uniform was rigid. Suits, ties, pencil skirts. Because the environment itself was rigid?
You went to a specific building to do a specific task.
Right. But today's creators and digital builders operate in a totally different physical reality.
They really do.
They need a wardrobe that transitions fluidly from a morning coding session at a local coffee shop to a midday workout to an evening strategy meeting held over a video call.
So the fleece jogger is essentially the suit and tie of the modern digital entrepreneur.
I love that, yes. By providing the premium unisex hoodie or the casual t-shirt, Foléa is essentially wrapping its arms around the daily physical reality of its users.
Which builds a connection.
Exactly. They are establishing trust and physical comfort before asking you to engage with their digital reality. It is a brilliant funnel.
You trust the hoodie, so maybe you'll trust the software. But if Foléa is providing the uniform for these modern digital creators, what exactly are they building while wearing it?
And that leads us straight to the parent company, Owl Reflections.
Yes, Owl Reflections.
This is where the scale of the ambition really starts to reveal itself. Foléa isn't a standalone boutique running out of someone's garage.
Right.
It is proudly powered by Owl Reflections, which the documentation describes as one of Rwanda's growing digital innovation companies.
And it's not just a localized project. They operate globally.
Yeah.
Our source notes their +250 country code for the Rwandan support line, but they emphasize a much broader mission to empower creativity, entrepreneurship, and tech innovation across all of Africa and beyond.
And the pitch is that every Foléa purchase supports this mission.
Okay, I have to push back on that a bit, though.
Sure.
We see a lot of companies claim that buying a tote bag or a recycled hoodie is going to change the world. Is there actual tangible infrastructure behind this claim, or is this just a slick marketing narrative designed to sell more heavyweight T-shirts?
Well, we are trained to be highly cynical about corporate social responsibility
Oh,
claims.
completely.
Usually buying the hoodie just means a fraction of a cent goes to a loosely affiliated charity.
Right.
But based on the documentation in our sources, Our Reflections is doing something entirely different.
Okay, like what?
They are building a staggeringly wide array of actual digital tools. For example, they have developed an e-learning platform called Skillbase.
Okay.
They have a proprietary search engine called Atenas. They have an artificial intelligence tool called Little Shark AI, and even their own social media platform called iBlink.
Wait, the source lists the search engine and an AI tool. Let's be real here for a
It
second.
sounds massive.
It does. Companies like Google and OpenAI spend billions of dollars on compute power and massive server farms just to keep their systems running.
Oh, for sure.
Are we really supposed to believe a growing company in Rwanda is building a bespoke artificial intelligence engine and a global web crawler from scratch?
So, the documentation doesn't provide the underlying source code.
Right.
But from a purely architectural standpoint, it is highly likely they are not building these from absolute scratch.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Right. In modern software development, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. They are likely utilizing powerful open source frameworks.
Or maybe strategically curating existing APIs.
Exactly. And wrapping them in a localized, custom-built ecosystem. But the distinction there is crucial.
How do you mean?
Even if you use open source building blocks, configuring them into a cohesive suite, a search engine, an e-learning platform, a social network, it creates a completely parallel internet ecosystem tailored for their specific market.
A parallel ecosystem. They actually refer to this parallel ecosystem in their own documentation as the Alrefliverse.
Yes, the Alrefliverse. It's a clever branding move,
It really is.
but it also reflects a deep structural ambition. Building your own search engine and social network, regardless of the underlying frameworks, means you are actively choosing not to rely entirely on the established tech giants.
You are creating localized, sovereign digital infrastructure.
Precisely. So when they claim that a hoodie purchase supports tech innovation, they literally mean it is funding the servers, the hosting, and the deployment of an independent African tech ecosystem.
But building localized, sovereign infrastructure usually requires a massive corporate campus, thousands of engineers, and endless rounds of venture capital funding.
Usually, yes.
Yet the documentation points to a completely different, almost paradoxical reality. It all points back to a single architect.
The founder.
Right, the founder, Mihigo Naja.
And his profile is arguably the most fascinating aspect of this entire deep dive,
It really is.
because it completely subverts the usual Silicon Valley founder mythology. We are used to the narrative of the ruthless, hyper-competitive CEO obsessed with market dominance.
The guy sleeping under his desk to beat out the competition.
Exactly. Mihigo presents a very different persona.
The titles he gives himself are incredible. In his own materials, he refers to himself as the author of Time and Legacy.
Which is quite a title.
And even more intriguing, he calls himself the programmer without stress.
The programmer without stress.
Just to give you an idea of why that title is so wild, let's look at his output. The source tells us he has written 9 books.
9.
Yes, a mix of full-length books and booklets. And more incredibly, he has written over 200 computer programs.
200 programs. That is staggering.
200. They are available on storefronts like the GJ Shop on itch.io and through his personal website.
Wow.
On top of that, she runs a free newsletter, hosts a podcast, and manages a YouTube channel.
His output is staggering by any metric. 200 distinct programs require an immense amount of conceptualization, coding, debugging, and deployment.
Here's where it gets really interesting for me.
Yeah.
I look at a guy who has written 9 books, coded 200 programs, runs a software company, hosts a podcast, and manages a fashion line.
Right.
And I have to ask, how on earth does this guy call himself the programmer without stress? Writing 200 programs sounds like the exact recipe for maximum hair-on-fire chronic burnout.
It seems impossible.
It feels like a complete paradox.
It does seem contradictory. But only if we view his output through the lens of traditional Western corporate grind culture.
Okay, unpack that for me.
Well, in Silicon Valley, we associate high productivity with extreme anxiety.
Oh, definitely.
There are constant deadlines. the fear of burning through investor cash, and the paralyzing pressure to make every single product a flawless unicorn that disrupts an entire industry.
Right. Everything has to be a billion-dollar idea.
Exactly. But if you look at Mexico's philosophy as outlined in the text, he explicitly states that he treats his website as a place to share ideas and opportunities with friends.
That makes the process sound much more casual, almost conversational, rather than transactional.
Let's use an analogy to understand how he achieves this volume without the stress.
Okay, let's hear it.
Think of traditional software development, like trying to build a billion-dollar, 100-story glass skyscraper.
Tons of pressure.
Right. It takes years of planning, endless permits, massive stress, and if the foundation is off by an inch, the whole thing is a disaster. Migo isn't building skyscrapers. He is rapidly dropping prefabricated, functional tiny homes.
I love that visual.
He builds a modular tool, puts it out there, sees if it gives someone immediate shelter from their problem, and then he moves on to the next idea.
So the lack of stress comes from a total lack of preciousness.
Exactly.
He's not treating every single computer program like it has to be the next billion-dollar market-cornering app.
Not at all.
If he sees a problem a fellow entrepreneur is facing, he just writes a script or program to solve it and uploads it to itch.io.
He fundamentally rejects the unicorn or bust mentality.
Oh.
The source emphasizes that he keeps trying several ways to empower others and help them live a success-aimed life.
So his prolific coding is directly tied to a desire to remove friction for his community.
Right. If you drop the paralyzing need for absolute perfection and venture capital approval, creating a tool a week isn't a stressful deadline. It's just a continuous creative practice.
He is building a massive toolkit and essentially leaving the door wide open for anyone to walk in and use whatever they need.
Exactly.
We need to talk about that toolkit because I want to bring this directly back to you, the listener.
Yeah, let's make it practical.
We've explored the fashion line, the massive ambition of the Al Refleverse ecosystem, and the unique rapid iteration philosophy of its founder.
Right.
But how does all of this actually reach the consumer? If you're listening to this right now and thinking, I have a side hustle idea, or I want to start selling my own products, what is Our Reflections practically offering you?
What they are offering is an incredibly low barrier to entry for digital entrepreneurship.
Okay, how low are we talking?
One of the most striking examples detailed in the source material is the Sissoko Marketplace.
Sissoko Marketplace. Got it.
They advertise a platform where you can open a nationwide online store, showcase your products, process orders, and grow your brand.
Sounds like a standard e-commerce pitch so far.
It does, but they offer this for a subscription of just $3.60 a year.
Wait, let me stop you right there. $3.60 a year, not a month, a year. A basic Shopify plan can cost you almost $40 a month.
Oh, easily.
Squarespace and Wix are in the same ballpark. How is a platform charging less than $4 annually economically viable? Is it a loss leader just to get people onto their servers?
It is highly likely functioning as a loss leader to bring users into the broader Al Refleverse ecosystem.
Like a gateway.
Right. Once you have a store, maybe you'll use their PromoPot visibility solution for marketing or their digital arts hub for your graphics.
Oh, that makes sense.
But beyond the business strategy, think about the economic physics of that price point in an emerging market.
Yeah.
By dropping the floor to $3.60 a year, Al Reflections is fundamentally altering who gets to participate in digital commerce.
They're removing the financial gatekeeping.
Exactly. Gatekeeping that locks millions of global entrepreneurs out of the traditional tech landscape.
And the documentation backs up that focus on accessibility. It lists blog articles published by Al Reflections with titles deliberately designed to demystify the tech process.
Yeah, those titles are very telling.
They have posts titled, Get Your Business Fully Online in 7 Days, and Get Your Own Website and Start Making Money for Free.
They are aggressively trying to hand people the keys to the digital economy.
Yeah, they are.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, there is a specific blog post title in the source that reveals the ultimate why of this entire operation.
Okay, what is it?
The title is, Ready to Outgrow the System. Join Al Reflections and lead the change.
Outgrow the system. Man, that is a loaded, powerful phrase.
It really is.
It implies that the current digital infrastructure isn't a permanent reality. It's just a phase you were eventually meant to leave behind.
Because the existing global digital system is fundamentally built on gatekeepers.
Oh, completely.
It relies on expensive monthly software licenses, exorbitant web hosting fees, and algorithmic social media platforms that deliberately suppress your content unless you pay them exorbitant fees to boost it.
It's a pay-to-play model.
Outgrowing the system means recognizing those barriers and choosing to bypass them entirely.
It's about infrastructure independence. You don't have to keep renting expensive digital space from the legacy tech monopolies in Silicon Valley if you can just move your ideas into the Refliverse.
Exactly. Every single piece of this company is aligned toward fostering absolute self-reliance.
Top to bottom.
From the nuts and bolts of the Sawasoko marketplace to the rapid-fire tools built by Mihigo on itch.io.
All the way back to the comfortable picnic dress or fleece jogger you put on while building your site.
The clothing brand creates the community, the tools provide the leverage, and the ecosystem provides the independence.
And the fact that this is all originating from Rwanda, offering a viable alternative to the world, signals a major shift in where we expect the future of technological innovation to come from.
It's a huge shift.
We have gone on quite a journey today. I mean, we started by looking at a catalog featuring a premium unisex hoodie and comfortable yoga pants.
And we ended up dissecting a Rwandan digital empire.
An empire built by a prolific, stress-free programmer who is utilizing localized digital infrastructure to democratize technology.
Bypassing traditional gatekeepers entirely.
Right.
There's a remarkable synthesis. They have successfully merged the physical comfort of daily lifestyle apparel with the digital empowerment of independent software architecture.
So what does this all mean for you? Whether you're someone who actively follows global tech trends, or maybe you're sitting on a brilliant business idea right now, but feel paralyzed by the high costs of traditional hosting and software.
Which is so common.
Very common. The Owl Reflections model proves that alternative ecosystems exist. It proves that you do not need to follow the traditional high-stress, high-cost Silicon Valley playbook to build a meaningful digital footprint.
Not at all.
You just need a laptop, a clear vision, and maybe a comfortable fleece jogger.
The story of Foléa Fashion and Owl Reflections challenges our core assumptions about what a tech company should look like, how it should be built, and how it interacts with its users' daily lives.
It really does.
Which actually brings us full circle to where we started.
Oh, right, the quote.
Yeah, we opened with the idea that the clothes you wear are how you introduce yourself to the world before you speak.
Yeah.
But in today's increasingly connected landscape, your online footprint, your website, your independent store, your digital ecosystem speaks incredibly loud, and it reaches significantly further than your physical presence ever could.
That is so true.
So I will leave you with this final thought to mull over. If your wardrobe was the front door to your own personal ecosystem of ideas, tools, and creations, what would people find when they walked through it?